Hello and welcome to today's Projector in Business and Life with Jess. And this video is going to talk about how you can discern or really drill down into clarifying what your superpowers are, having and building that inner recognition for yourself, which is so important for activating the magnetism, this unshakable self-confidence in your gifts and the impact that you have, and really understanding why you are an expensive commodity. Projectors, you are expensive. And we so often, when we have these open will centers, undercharge, chronic undercharging, not valuing ourselves, competing, trying to compare ourselves with others and looking outside, trying to prove our worth and our value, because we haven't really understood the power of what it is to be a projector and what it is to be a projector in their power. And I've been through all layers of this. So what I want to talk to you about today is a personal story, personal experience about my evolution into this new role that I've stepped into, that I've been invited into, and that as an old cycle of my life finished and I've moved into a new cycle, a new evolution of my career and role on the planet. I want to talk to you about that and how that showed up in my chart, and how it's something we could look at in your own chart, or you can study and investigate for yourself, and how knowing this and working with those energies and understanding it really built clarity in my own mind. So let's begin with who I was in the 9-year cycle of 2000, let's say 2009, because I remember that particularly being a movement. And that was when I finished doing my degree. I was a mature student and I was moving into accepting that I was going to be a teacher. And I did my postgraduate study in certificate in education and began my career as an inner city school educator, teaching English, a job I loved, passionate, really amazing, developed so much mastery in learning, memory, communication, leadership, all of it. It was an absolute joy for me to do that. But I have gate 53 in my conscious earth. And the energy of gate 53 is really about initiating and having the energy to start new things, right? So I bring that passion and that movement and that spark to help people to start new initiatives, to start new programs, to start new projects. And it kind of worked for a while in education, because we would have new curriculum, new schemes of work, new classes. So I was able to tap into that energy of newness for quite a long time before the cycle began to wind down in that career phase. And what was interesting about this, as I really understood it, was I was clinging on. So at the beginning of my awakening in 2019, I was clinging on to this identity, this role, who I was, because I'd invested so much time and I wasn't aware, even though intuitively I was being pulled into a new direction, which I followed, and it was the soul, it is the magnetic monopole saying, no, it's time to move on to your new evolutionary path. For the mind, it was very disconcerting, it was disabling, it was confusing. And I want to talk about that. So as we get to understand ourselves as our unique beings without the external noise of the external world, we can really trust our path and trust the direction and trust the waiting involved a lot of the time in being a projector and being an empowered projector who is living in alignment, creating a business in alignment and life in alignment with your energy blueprint. And when you trust and when you understand your own chart and your own pathway, you really can just relax into ease. This is where faith comes in. And so for me, faith is about being able to intuit. it's being able to believe, and it's being able to perceive. So if you can believe in the future you're creating in a new direction and the pathways, and believe in who you are, and that's a big thing for me and my conscious sun. Gate 54, drive, ambition, believing in my dreams, believing in my goals. And of course, we have the shadow sides of all of these, the shadow sides of inadequacy, the shadow sides of kind of not like low self-esteem. And I want to talk about this. I'm talking about these as separate parts, but it's so important when we look at the whole and we synthesize all of the parts, because yes, I'm a projector, but I have this 53, which is really strong, and it's initiating energy. So movement, I've got gate 35, which is all again about moving into new things and having this hunger to learn new things and be a bit like a manifesting generator, very multi-passionate. But it's understanding how to channel these things in alignment with your whole blueprint and your whole energy of your unique chart. So I really want to emphasize that, again, even on another level, we have all of the chart. So it's not that we lack things, it's just how these things express through us, and how we use and master and work and sample these energies to our benefit and to our advantage. But going back to the core message of today's video, that conscious earth is a energy in our system that really grounds us. And so when we're really aligned with it, when we're merging with it, we find ease, we find flow. Conscious sun is gate 54. And that is about having drive, it's ambition, and it's really about entrepreneurship as well. It's about prosperity. And so slowly, as I moved out of the old phase of being a teacher, and so much of that is in my chart as well, in the gate 59, and wanting to set things up for the community to be empowered, to be secured. 45, distribution, again about making sure people are educated. If I clung on and didn't allow the new cycle to emerge, which was scary and was really weird, because I was like, hang on a minute, I'm at the top and peak of my game, to come all the way down and start again was really, really awful. But when I surrendered to it and I allowed myself to let go of resistance, and I followed my intuition, and I started to learn human design, I started to become the human design guide, I started to be the leader of the new paradigm for business and accept that role, and did the study and took the small chunk down parts as they emerged. So learning about online business, learning about copywriting, learning about how to merge my transferable skills from the past and how they were relevant in the context of now, everything started to make sense. And so I'm here to raise the wealth frequency of the planet, and I've had to do that from coming from poverty and coming into building something from nothing and learning and teaching others how to do it. You know, reframing what's possible, all of that's throughout my chart, and it's what I believe in, it's what I've always believed in. And the more I honor and know this, the more my radiance is activated, the more I walk, breathe, speak, and am what I talk about. And I say that when we have energetic alignment with who we are and our energetic blueprint, it creates a congruence, it creates a resonance, and this is where the magnetism is. This is why people are in my inbox saying, how can I work with you? This is why I haven't even been advertising, and I just stepped into the role of creating the Aligned Business Accelerator from the joy of my heart and from something that I had a burning urge to create. And the cooperative parts and all the people that came into it are now people that I'm actually working with in a paid capacity, using my superpower of the initiating energy of bringing the spark to help them to create and bring through what they want to bring through. And so I wanted to share this video with you and give you something to think about for yourself as you start to investigate as a projector. Who am I, and what am I actually here to do? Like, what is my mission? What leadership am I meant to be stepping into? Because I know that void period can be really, really disabling, very frustrating, when you're resisting it, and when you're thinking, oh, I've got to be something, I've got to do that, I don't know. Yeah. But just allow it to emerge from you, and get really still and very quiet and tune in. But this is what you can look at very, very simply. One, what is my conscious earth? What is the archetypal energies? What's the story? And how can I really understand that in the context of my own life story? My conscious, did I say conscious earth or conscious sun? So I meant conscious sun. Step number two, what's my conscious earth? What is the energies? How does it ground me? How does it relate to stuff that I've experienced in my previous life, or as in this one? How does it work within the context and the story of my life? And then your Mercury gate, which I'm not going to talk about a huge amount in this video because I want to keep these videos short. But your Mercury gate is what you're here to communicate, what you're here to teach. And it, when we really understand that, it's not something that you have to explicitly do. It's something that you embody and that you are. And you'll find that people will come and they will ask you about how you've managed to become that thing. And for me, it's self-love. It's gate 10. And I got there through a very hard, long initiation. 30 years almost of self-abandonment, self-violation, self-destructive tendencies, the lower frequency side, codependency. And I know what it means to truly love myself, to truly accept myself, and to truly be able to start to love others and to work with that energy. And even there were times where most of my life where I was really, really thought that by overgiving and giving from the heart was an expression of love, but I wasn't taking into account the self-destructive tendencies and some of the other motivations, the maladaptive motivations around the behaviors that I perceived to be loving, and really they were quite codependent, or rooted in that open will center that was lacking self-worth, or so much. There is so much. But this is the beauty of really knowing your human design, getting some confirmation, getting some clarification, because most people I work with are already awakened. I was awakened before I came to human design, and all it did was satisfy the mind. It was, oh, okay, like that's why. And it gave me some juice. It gave me some really beautiful pointers for the North Star direction that I was going in, and it was comforting as well to know that I was already living the design a lot of the time. But yeah, it's a great tool. It's a great tool for many, many reasons. And I hope that one day we will work together on your business, or in my Empowered Projector course, which I'm kind of playing with the new name now because the book came out and I don't want to get people to be confused with that. I actually called my course Empowered Projector before that book came out, but there you go. So I think I'm going to change the name to Projectors Who Prosper, but I haven't come to that yet. I haven't decided yet. And that course is all about the energy. It's all about aligning with the energy of being a projector, really understanding your projector energetics, the mechanics, how to thrive, how to move into your higher expressions, how to start to live as a projector and start to activate the magnetism, so that when you do build, it's the building blocks, it's the foundation. And because this was the direction my soul took me in as well, it took me on an initiation journey. Remember, I'm a 1-3, so I've gone through this before I came to human design, and it's what we need to set as our foundation, our set point of how we show up, how we live, how we breathe in the world, on an energetic level, on a mindset level, on a co-creative level, before we can then step into those leadership or into our business. Or even if we are already in business, how can we actually tweak and change and shift how we operate so that we are actually making our lives easy, so that we are receiving opportunities and invites without the energy and the effort, and doing what we love in a very easy and peaceful way. So, sending you love, and I hope this video finds you well. You can join the Facebook community. The link works. The link works in the description up above. Join a community where where we get to connect much more easily. Lots of things going on. I'm actually building a community where we can connect, collaborate, and create. And it's not just projectors. It's all types. And the reason I like this is because projectors need others. And when we learn how to work with others and to connect effectively and build cooperative alliance, our lives can work so beautifully. And that's what it's about. That's what human design is about. It's about understanding how we can operate in the world and thrive with others, and build new things and work with the energy of others so that we can all work together in a really powerful way. So I hope this was of value to you. I'd love to know in the comments if there were any insights that you have come to or any questions that you have. Lots of love. Bye.